Hello, hello, it's Orit here. Welcome to another Mind Thrive Thursdays episode. Today I am going to talk about the truth of being a self-employed creative entrepreneur. Now, I wanted to create this video because there's just so much stuff around this decision of becoming a full-time artist, a full-time creative, but I want people to realize that it's a crazy jump. It's a lot. There's a lot happening when you make the decision to be a self-employed creative entrepreneur, no matter what type of creative or artist you are. And also to let you know that you don't have to, it doesn't have to be such a big black and white jump from, being a 9-to-5 employee to just going full force, full time, quitting your job and becoming the self-employed, starting your own business. You can also make this decision. You can also become a self-employed creative entrepreneur part-time. If you are someone who needs that consistent fixed income to come in every single month, because when you are starting your own business, those finances aren't going to be there in the beginning. Now, I quit my job in 2015 and I didn't just quit it and then jump into doing a business. I was working on this business while I was still an employee working at my office job. The thing is, I had to plant those seeds in the beginning before I could even quit my job at all. And I was planting those seeds of, I love music, I love singing, I'm a performing artist, so I was working on my music while I was still working that office job. And at the same time, I realized that I absolutely loved helping other artists and creatives. And this business, as a Latino artist, was born out of that love. So looking back now, I'm realizing all of those little seeds were planted in the beginning while I still had that fixed income to begin with, while I was still working my office job. And all of the things that I learned in that period in terms of what I like to do, what I don't like to do, and all of those things that I learned early on when I was first starting this business and first making the decision and the endeavors to grow my own music career was such an integral part of who I am and where I am today. Now, why am I starting off the video telling you this? Well, because becoming a self-employed creative entrepreneur is an internal journey. It is 90% your own work on yourself, on who you are, then it is about actually doing stuff, doing the how, figuring out the action steps towards building your business. Any bad habits, negative personality traits, or bad attitudes will totally and absolutely surface when you are growing your own business, when you are building this passion project of yours, when you decide to make the jump, to start taking this seriously and making a career out of what you love. And why does that happen? Well, because you are in the driver's seat. Nobody is going to tell you what to do except yourself. And that is the advantage of having that freedom. That is the freedom that we seek, is to do what we love, to be our own boss, and to do it full time. But it is also a disadvantage because without that accountability, without the social responsibility, to making your boss proud or, your coworkers proud or anything like that, it is entirely up to you. The success that you create is entirely in your hands. So that is both scary and exciting. I am so totally and absolutely grateful that I get to do what I love. I get to wake up and not have to go to a job that I hate, and to work for someone else. I get to design my time. I get to design my days, my months, my years around doing what it is that I love, around my music, around interacting with other creatives, around creating in general, whether that's these videos or designing digital assets for people. I'm so grateful for all of that, but it is not all bells and whistles all the time. It's not all sparkles all the time. There are a ton of instances where you will feel really, really frustrated, really overwhelmed. You'll feel doubt, fear. Um, you'll start to doubt yourself. You'll start to question things. You can feel lonely as well because the majority of people around you are working 9 to 5 jobs. So you do have to be ready for those. I call this whole thing a roller coaster. You know, there's really high highs and really low lows, and that's exactly what being a self-employed creative entrepreneur is like. It's a lot of work, and it's not you can't expect to be really successful right off the bat. Even if you are really, really good at what you do, even if you are extremely talented, that does not matter because there's a ton of things involved in building a business. There is the pre-planning stage, there is marketing, advertising. You have to figure out what your message is. You have to get a website. You have to figure out what marketing strategy are you going to use. Are you going to be on YouTube? Are you going to do Instagram? Are you going to do all of it? You got to know who your audience is. Who are you speaking to? Who is your market? Who will love your product or service that you have to offer? How are you going to manage the finances? How much money are you going to budget for marketing over here and for maybe hiring people in the future? There's so much to think about and to deal with, and it's going to most likely be you only in the very beginning taking this on and having to deal with all of it. So yes, you will have more time to work on what it is that you love doing, but at the same time, in order to get people to know that you do this thing, whether you're an artist painting, whether you're creating paintings or you're drawing or you're creating music or designing something, there are a ton of other people out there doing the same thing as you. They might not be doing exactly the same thing as you, but they are doing that same thing, and they are marketing to that audience that you want to get in front of. So you have to do a lot of work to show people why you matter, why your work matters. You also have to be really good at managing your time, and there's a ton of self-discipline involved in this as well because, like I said, you are your own boss. Nobody's telling you what to do. So you have to structure your days in a way that is going to create that success for you. And typically waking up at like 10, 11, 12 every day and just kind of lounging around until about maybe 4 p.m. when you feel like actually starting the work, and then only working for about maybe 3 or 4 hours until you just feel like lounging around watching TV or something like that, Netflix and chill, right? It sounds nice, but it's not going to produce that success for you. You have to structure your days properly, and you do have to build that habit of self-discipline. It didn't happen right away for me. I had to build it. It took years to build that self-discipline. But as long as you keep working at it, you keep working at your faults. And again, this is why I say that it is totally an internal journey. It's an internal process, because all of those things are going to come out, and you're going to have to do the work to improve yourself, because when you start with improving yourself, that is when your world on the outside improves for you as well. So those are my thoughts. I just wanted to do a quick video on this. I could talk about this topic for a very long time. There's just so much involved in this topic. And if you do want to discuss this further, please let me know in the comments down below. Let me know if you liked this video, either by leaving me a comment or giving it a thumbs up. I would very much appreciate that. And let me know as well what it is that you're working on or what it is that you are wanting to grow. I love hearing from you guys. hearing on what it is that you're growing, you're creating, you're designing, you're building, because it really inspires me as well to continue creating these videos for you guys. Thank you guys so much for listening. Every Thursday we release a video like this on our Mind Thrive Thursdays. So if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel so we can send more good stuff coming your way. All right, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Back from the dead.